Welcome back to another episode of the Muddy Roots Podcast. We're your host. My name is Gage. We got Rob, Vil, and Ryan. And today we're going to just be having a conversation around the bucket. Open conversation, see where this takes us. So
Let's do it.
Do it.
New week, let's take a cup.
all right,
Yep.
let's take a cup.
Take a cup.
We've said this off camera a couple times, but I am faded. For those viewers who don't know, we do a few episodes in a row. I'm feeling crazy.
Oh, yeah. Fuck my new week.
What
I
about
was
your
like-
new week?
I was like, new week, let's take a cup. And then you're like,
Why are you lying?
See, I don't like
God,
it.
is
as soon as I said that, you're like, yeah, we record multiple
New week. This is actually 10 minutes after we just did one.
See, I'm so faded, I didn't even hear you say that.
Industry secrets. Yep.
Hey, do you guys think mixing is like addicting?
No.
certain parts of it, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Like
In
if
the-
there's live music, oh yeah, dude, I'll go to any mix.
Oh,
So is that
I was
Gava that's addicting?
I was
or-
thinking the people you're with, the environment is addicting.
I was going to say
the
the hangout
mixing?
is, but I see what you're saying. Like, so Kava is not addicting, but
Yeah, it's like
the good times and the,
Yeah,
I can agree with that.
Well, like, I don't get shaky or anything if I don't mix for a while. But I'm not addicted to the taste. I'm not addicted
Oh.
to
Hell
No,
kava.
hell no.
But I am like, I'm also an extrovert though, so I think that's just extroverts. You guys know what that is, right?
yeah. I'm more introverted.
Really? And you
You
still
don't
like to
come off
mix.
introverted.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say because
mix.
back then I thought you were an extrovert.
But
I
was
thought you was talking to everybody.
drunk out of my mind the whole time. So
That's true.
Okay, when I first met Ryan, I thought he was an introvert for sure. Just because we didn't know each other like that, and so he was hella quiet.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you think you're an extrovert?
Before I didn't, now I do. Yeah.
I think you are too.
I try. I just try to talk to everybody, but then there comes a time where my tongue gets twisted and it gets numb, and I just can't talk. I'll just talk to my immediate neighbor, whoever's sitting right next to me, and that's it.
Yeah. What about you?
I think I'm introverted. You invite me somewhere, I'm not going.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm not looking to make new friends. I'm not. If we go out to like an outing or an event or somewhere else, I'm not looking to talk to people. I hate small talk. Small talk's like one of my
Small
pet
talks
peeves.
is- Yeah,
small
I hate
talk
small
too.
talks.
So terrible, but I'm definitely introverted. I'd rather be at my house than anywhere else.
Really?
What about you?
Oh, I'm extrovert. Fool. Like, I hate being home. Like, I love being home when I'm playing with my kids and playing with my wife and doing all that stuff.
It's a good thing you're clearing the air.
But as soon as like the dust settles and everyone's just kind of chilling, I'm like, yep, I need to get out of here.
Right.
And my wife knows that because I'll start to like pester her. Like, I'm kind of annoying at night because I'll just be bored. So I'm doing like the steal the sheets or like,
Oh my god.
Oh,
yeah,
you're bullying her, and she's kicking you out of the house. Go somewhere,
yeah, she
please.
literally says that. She'll be
Yeah.
like, dude, go mix, do something. Like, you are bugging me, dude.
I love that type of relationship of just like, I need you to go. Get out of here. Like, you can leave or leave me alone type of thing instead of, I don't know. It's healthy.
Well, I think I heard Steve Harvey say this, but having a guy's night, having a girl's night, like getting your alone time is good. So I have my
100%.
guy's night. My wife has her girl's night where we just do our own thing for a single night.
Mm-hmm.
When it's her night, I have to take care of the kids, put them down, like all that, and same vice versa and stuff. So I'm very extroverted though. I don't know how people can just sit at home.
Dude, I could stay at home for months, chilling in my bed.
I thought the same thing, and I had to quarantine for COVID, and I went crazy. Not crazy, but I went loco, bro. I had to get out, and I couldn't. Maybe it's the fact of like I knew I couldn't leave,
Yeah.
but it definitely took a toll on me. Like seeing I couldn't go to work, and you were there one time, and you
Yeah.
dropped off. When you came over one
next
time,
subject.
you came over one time.
What
And-
happened?
Huh?
What happened?
I just dropped off some hugs and
Good
Kisses.
vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say it. I don't care.
You are the type. What is it?
I know for real.
Oh, no, I
Come
know.
on, that'll me. I don't care. It was a year, not even a year, a couple months after my wife and I got married, and we had a place of our own. I got COVID. She got COVID after, and so we were just quarantined for like 2 weeks. I think it was actually towards the beginning, so it was 14 days minimum.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I mean, you can only watch so many shows and so many things, play so many games. So Ryan was in town, and I asked him to drop me off a Plan B pill because there's not a lot you can do when you're locked up in the
Yeah.
house with your wife. So, but yeah,
The fact that you did it, W Mans.
Yeah.
W Mans. Hype it up, chat. Sorry.
W Mans. No one's sure.
Damn, it was so quiet.
Pipe it down.
Cut that part out, dude. Oh god.
So what would you do
Hmm.
sitting at home for months?
months.
Play games?
That's it.
Yeah,
Really?
I could play games for forever.
That's
Play games, watch anime. That's all I need.
Play
Anime I
games
can
by
see.
yourself or play games with people? 'Cause
Well,
to me,
this
that's
was
still
back
kinda
when-
extrovert.
This was back when me and Gage would play games, and there was that week I had to stay in like my apartment. It wasn't quarantining, but it was just like try not to go out because you might catch COVID. And all we did was play games. And
It was a great week.
yeah, I just sat on my bed, fucking played. Whenever I got bored of that, I would just watch my shows. Whenever I got bored of that, go to sleep.
So does that count as being extroverted though, to only play games with people?
Not well.
Well,
I'm
I'm
only
only-
playing games with Gage.
Yeah.
Not like
Still though,
everybody.
you're not playing by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because when I think of introvert, I think of a person who just wants to be home, read a book, like just chill by themselves.
Whenever I think of introvert, I think of like they're staying within their comfortable range. Like extrovert, they'll go out of that and just like reach out to like new people and be like, hey, like
True.
I will never play with random people and just like try to get to know them. And
Right.
I would never do that.
Well, if that's the definition of extrovert, then I'm pretty introverted then. Because I do not like to make new friends. I don't like to go out of my way to say, hey, what's up, dude? And do the whole small talk thing like you were saying, Gage. You guys
Right.
don't like public speaking?
I hate it.
No.
We're on a podcast?
Hate it.
No. Oh,
I know it's
but
so
this
weird.
to me, this is just we're talking.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
If we had an audience, nah.
Yeah,
You don't think
that
we
would
could
be-
do live?
You're more of a. Like,
I
a
think live would
stand
be
up on the
fine.
Podium type, yeah.
I'd like to, yeah.
I can't-
That's one
I
of your-
can't do
but
that.
I'm not great at it. And before I did not like it, but I'd like to get into it.
That was like
I
one of
can't
your
do that.
dream jobs, right? Or where you would what you would like to do.
Oh yeah, yeah. I would love to be a life coach who like goes and teaches on a stage. Oh yeah,
That's
Yeah, that's
very unique
That's
because
tight.
I could not.
I can't. Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
do that. I can only talk to like if it was like if we were in a group of setting like at the mix at the office, I can only do that. That's it.
Mm.
I can't do like the whole stage, everybody looking at me and giving me the attention. I can't do that.
It's the attention. I had to lead an employee training for our staff. It was 2 groups, and she blocked out a whole hour for me. And I don't think the thing I was training on didn't need that much time, so I was trying to space it out. But I can hear myself like whoever, like my voice, and like it
Yeah.
was shaky. And I had my water bottle that takes me a couple hours to drink, bro. I chugged that whole thing in like 35 minutes. My mouth was dry. I just can't do it. I hate it. And this is virtual, like over screens. Like we're all in Zoom.
yeah.
yeah, dude. My brain shuts off when I
It's
have to talk to
terrible.
a bunch of people.
I do feel like I'm getting better, but it's still not my favorite thing.
That's
It's not
the thing.
fun.
You just gotta practice it, right?
Yeah.
Because I had to start teaching trainees to groups, and it wasn't even that big of groups. It was like what 8 guys at SNS when we were all working there.
Mm-hmm.
There'd be like 8 or 10 guys there, and I would literally write the entire thing out in bullet points, and we would just go through them.
Oh yeah, that's true.
but also we were mixing on Wednesdays and trainings were on Thursday morning at 6. So,
Oh man.
bro, trying to teach it faded. I almost wanted to wear my sunglasses in there. Bro, I was so faded.
Yeah, dude. That was honestly wild that we would do that shit.
Oh, that was so stupid. We'd mix till 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, go to training at 6 in the morning, and I'm trying to teach it. I'm like, read this. Hurry up. Tell me what it says.
Yeah, he would pick on something.
Yeah, that's what he
Ryan,
did.
you read this bullet. I'm like, dude, I cannot right now.
There was times where his higher ups would come and sit into like these trainings or whatever, and like I just look at Ville's face because I know I'm messed up still, and I look at Ville and he's just like he has that red in his face, and then he like turns to the group and he goes, "Does anybody want to just read the first one and then just keep going down?"
Oh, yeah. Popcorn for sure, dude.
I can't do that shit now. I
What's
think
that?
like mixing hella late and then working hella early. I think what made it better was the fact that there was like a lot of us that
Did that
are
same
struggling that next day.
Thing. Yeah. Misery
Yeah,
loves
it's almost
company.
funny. And if you're the only one who doesn't show up, it's moted.
That's true too.
Yeah.
Oh, that is true. It holds you accountable.
Yeah,
Can't be like, man, I was up late last night. It's like, yeah, we all were. We were
Yeah.
there with you.
exactly.
Yeah, y'all crazy for that though. I cannot function if I don't sleep.
Did you guys go to a lot of high school dances?
No.
Or not really. Okay.
Sorry, I'm just playing.
No, next subject.
Yeah.
I've only gone to 2. That was it.
Your whole high school career?
Yeah. Career?
Wow.
Yeah, just 2. I wasn't really. I was an introvert, so I was like pretty iffy about asking people to go. So I went that one time I was covering for one of the guys, and then I went another time, and that was Sadie's. So it was like the girls asked the guys, and that was it.
Most of the dances I went to were Sadie's. I didn't like asking people. So, yeah. But when you filled in, that was actually super dope.
Dude, that was so fun.
Yeah. I mean, the reason why you filled in, that was super dope.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
Yeah.
I really felt
What
bad.
what was the reason?
Was
Was it like bad or good or?
not bad. It's you
So this guy, he bailed on his date because
she
she-
special needs and a little
yeah,
handicap.
she had a disability.
she had a disability. There you go.
And he bailed on her because it was like he just didn't want to be with her during the date, but then he told her he was going to be there during the dance,
That
like
is fucked.
just to party with his friends.
Right.
And from what I heard, she was sad,
Mhm.
and so I filled in to like make her happy, but it was such
Was
a
she
fun
pretty
day.
severe special needs?
I would say not special needs, but her disability was a little bit more on the severe side. Yeah.
That's so sad, dude.
That
Mhm.
is sad.
Right.
Your wife works with special needs kids at school, right?
Mhm.
Dude, my wife like loves to work with them too. I never had any in my family though, so it's always been something that's never been addressed for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like my brother-in-law, he has special needs. He has autism. Yeah, autism. Very severe autism where he can barely walk now. Can't eat, can't speak, nothing like that. It was a life-changing moment when I had to like be in a family with a member or with someone with special needs cuz it's a lot more work, dude.
It is.
Yeah.
It's scary. It's really scary because, I mean, obviously, I want to have kids, so having someone that needs attention and helping won't be able to. It's scary, but I don't know. Like, there's people out there who get a lot of joy and fulfillment for stepping in and helping out, and
Yeah, well, you're not going to love them less.
no,
Oh yeah,
Did you guys hear that guy Tony Snell? He's a basketball player. He plays in the NBA. He just recently got diagnosed with autism at like 33 years old.
I think there's different cases,
There's a
like
spectrum.
right,
Mhm.
like Bill was saying, the severity level, because you can be pretty low on the spectrum, but still be on the spectrum.
Yeah.
Well, Lexi was telling me that it's actually pretty common. Like not most, but a lot of people actually have autism. Because
Damn.
autism is one of those things you can barely have it, and it's not like that big of a deal.
Mhm.
And then some people have it very severely, like my brother-in-law, and he's I can't speak or anything like that. So she said that most people actually have some degree of autism in them.
I'd agree with that.
Would you guys get tested to see if you guys have autism? I'm like pretty sure I got it.
To me, I don't care if I did or didn't. I wouldn't care.
It wouldn't affect my life, but I just want to know.
I don't think I do. Do you guys think you do?
I don't know, Rob.
Sometimes, some points, I do.
You can't. It's not a light
But-
switch. You can't turn it on and off. You gotta decide yes or
The
no.
fact that you're just making jokes about autism,
And
that
I
is
have an
crazy.
autistic brother, and I take care of him.
No, but I think I do, and I think I don't. I don't know, but I would definitely get tested. It wouldn't hurt. I don't think
Yeah.
I'd act different, but it's just me.
I don't think I would, just because I don't. I don't care. But you said you don't know.
No, I said, I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe on a small scale, but did you guys ever see that video that was going viral on Instagram? And he was like, "Are you an introvert or an extrovert?" And so he read off this list of things like, "Do you hate loud noises? Do you not like bright things? Do you like a whole list of things?" And if you answered more than 5 or 6 or something, he's like, "Congratulations, you have autism, and you're you're on the spectrum. You have some place on the spectrum." I don't know how accurate that is, but I checked a lot of those boxes. I didn't like a lot of those things, and he was like, "Congratulations." And he was a higher functioning autistic guy, but it was interesting. And I checked them all off, and I was like, "Okay, well, didn't think that."
Bro, speaking about like the test, how he's like, "Oh, take this test to see whatever." Are you guys into like personality tests where you just take a test where it asks you, "Hey, do you like this? Do you not like this? Are you generally gonna do this?" And it says, "Oh, you're this kind of person." Do you guys do those or no?
No.
I've
Don't really
done
care
them.
for 'em.
Do you like them or no? Don't care for them, or it's just kind of.
I don't care for them, and I also don't think that they're necessarily accurate because it's kind of like you, like, oh, it depends on the day. I could feel more one way than another,
Yeah.
but why?
See, I'm the opposite. I love them.
Really?
I'm very like, because it tells me certain things and then I can work on certain traits. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll take them and it'll say, "This is who you are," which they're not 100% accurate. I believe situationally that's who
Right.
I am. Kind of like
Okay.
you were saying, sometimes you are, sometimes you aren't. But then it'll tell me all the negative qualities and I can work on them type deal.
So you've taken the test then, yeah?
Well, I've taken a lot.
Do you remember any of the results that you've gotten back?
So there's just so many. Have you guys done there's a color test where
Right.
you get red, blue, yellow, or white? You guys remember that
No.
one?
I don't.
Yeah.
After high
So-
school, I don't do no more tests.
No, this was in high school. I took this in high school.
Yeah, in high school, I don't take tests.
But so it's like blue is like compassionate and very like
Oh, okay.
yeah, very compassionate. White is kind of like just kind of free loafing, just kind of going with the world and just kind of chilling.
Mm-hmm.
White or yellow is like a fun seeker or like someone who just brings a lot of energy, always having fun. And then red is kind of like your very outspoken leader who can kind of be an asshole sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Do you guys remember doing that or no?
No.
I remember after you started explaining it, I remember a little bit about it, but I don't remember my. I want
Your
to say,
colors?
is there a blue in there?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to say I was a blue.
See, if I'm reading you, I'd probably say you're more of a yellow. I could see blue and yellow because you're a pretty fun dude, pretty energetic dude. You always make everyone laugh. So I feel like you'd be a yellow blue. What about you? Do you
Bro,
remember
that
what
was
you
like a
got?
Napoleon Dynamite.
No, I didn't do it for a class. We actually did it for football.
Yeah.
Our coach had to do it for
Really?
football. Yeah, I didn't do it. So
Oh, no?
no, but I got the book and I read it. I didn't read it, but I didn't do the test either.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
What
so
were
I
the
don't know what
colors
I
again?
did.
Red, white, yellow, blue.
And what are they?
Yeah, what was the blue one?
So blue is like a compassionate person who really focuses a lot on their feelings and other people's feelings.
And then the other white. You said white was like free loafing.
White is kind of just some of the negative traits that they have is like lazy
There you
because
go.
they're pretty just like just going
Like,
with
go
the motion.
flow.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay.
Which one's like the negative trait? Which one's like more of self-centered and
Red.
oh, it is.
Red is a very like outspoken leader. Sometimes they're almost too focused on themselves, like you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what I am. I'm like solid red.
What about
Right.
yellow? What was yellow again?
Yellow's kind of the fun one. So yellow either likes to have fun or brings
Okay.
fun to the table, that kind of thing. A lot of energy from those kind of people.
I'd be open to take a test right now. Oh,
I'd actually be down.
now.
So I just took a test recently for football again.
Mm-hmm. So they're still doing that.
No, it was
Oh,
me and a couple of the other coaches were just, oh yeah, let's do it. So we just took a test randomly. But it's not the color test. This was a personality test. So you take it and it'll tell you like you're I'm just gonna say mine. I got the executive personality. Someone else that took it got what did he get? Problem solver or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of colors. I
okay.
actually love those though.
They're fun, but
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think I would be?
For the color one,
Mm-hmm.
I would honestly go with just hearing from your history. Frick.
damn, he's judging
I feel
your
like you're.
past.
No, I just feel like you're a perfect blend of red, blue, and white. Do you think you're much red?
white, and blue, baby.
Patriotic.
Do you think or no?
Red.
What do you think about yellow? Okay, if you're drunk,
What's-
you're yellow.
Damn,
But-
all of them.
What's white?
So white is the like free
go
loafing,
with
like
the
almost a
flow
little
kind of thing.
lazy, just
I-
going with the flow.
I wouldn't think I'm blue.
What was blue?
I would think
Sorry.
blue.
Blue was like
Compassionate, right?
more
Passionate.
compassionate, caring about your feelings and other people's feelings, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't think I'm blue.
I would say so.
I just
Really?
don't know actually. I guess I don't know you on that level. What do you think you are?
Get to know me, bro. I don't know. I guess probably maybe white, maybe red.
Maybe
Not
what?
not a lot of red though. I don't think so. I don't think I'm assertive, and I don't think I'm like a leadership type. But I mean, like you said, situational. It's just I don't think I have a lot of red. I just don't think I'm blue at all, and I don't think I'm yellow. By default, white.
Yeah. Well, a
I
crazy
can see what-
statistic. So I was talking to a buddy about our football team, and I was just like, "Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like we don't really. We're working on getting a few guys to be our like leader, like our outspoken leader who says like, let's go, guys,' and all that." And I was talking to him about it, and he actually coaches or teaches psychology at his high school. And so I'm like, "Oh yeah, yeah, we're needing to work on this and this and this." And he was like, "Well, you want to know something crazy?" I was like, "What?" He's like, I do the personality test every year. And he's like, every year I'd get, 5 to 6 reds in every single class. But he's like, but ever since COVID, I only get 1, maybe 2, and sometimes 0 in classes. That he's like, most of the kids I'm getting now are white, where they're just kind of going with the flow, really don't have a whole lot to say sometimes. And so he was actually telling me that COVID plays a huge part in that, in our personalities right now.
Wow,
What do you guys believe that or no?
I can see it.
No, I think this is so 100% actually. It's something that was huge that was almost so abrupt that happened so fast that impacted everybody that you could even say a little traumatic to some people if they Yeah, I can see it. I can see it being.
Well, because even if you think about it, when you quarantine and you can't talk to anybody or just on the phone, you don't get that like physical presence of people. You know what I'm saying? And there's actually kids that don't like kids. In order for them to develop, they need to read facial expressions, and so the mask was actually very hard for them as well.
Oh,
Because like you remember, like you see your dad look at you certain ways, and you're like, okay, I'm in trouble,
Right.
or okay, he's happy, or okay, whatever. When you wear a mask, you only get to see half of the puzzle.
Okay.
that makes sense.
You guys believe that? I don't know.
Do
You
I
said
believe
it makes sense?
it makes sense?
Yeah. I believe it.
I guess it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't looking at it from a kid's perspective. I was just thinking as like a general population of people who were affected by COVID and quarantining. But
Because there's
fair.
there's some times where like during the whole COVID thing, when when we were working at McDonald's, me and my cousin, like the customers will come and just like talk about like their day or talk about like how pretty my cousin is, and my cousin will just, since she's wearing a mask, she'll just go like this,
To
thank
smile?
you." Yeah, she's like, thank you so much, but it's just the top half, the
Yeah.
bottom half just like that. Yeah.
Reading smiles, like you can't read smiles with the mask on. So there's just been some stuff that I've read that little kids are not developing certain traits because people around them are all wearing masks.
yeah, I think it definitely would have played a different part if I was in high school or in school in general, like as a kid, and COVID happened. Being older and having certain things going, like responsibilities and jobs and stuff, it was almost like I just get to be at the house. So it wasn't that bad of a experience where I couldn't interact with a lot of people. It's just I couldn't go to work for 2 weeks. I spent time with my wife. It was almost like,
Well, another thing though too, in southern Utah, we didn't shut down like at all.
no.
Really?
If you
Some stores did.
like barely, dude.
Well,
I went to work every single day through COVID.
Damn.
We didn't shut down. But
Did you have it? did you ever get it?
I never got tested. I might have got it. I got pretty sick, but it just felt like the flu, and I was like, I'm probably all right.
You had it.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
My wife definitely got it. She lost her smell and her taste for a while, but we didn't test. I'm also not vaccinated. I actually, if you want to get vaccinated, that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's fine. I thought it was weird how they were trying to force it on everyone, though.
Yeah.
I did not like that, if I'm being honest. But, no, yeah, St. George did not shut down at all. I went to work every single day. There was one day I went to work, and they were like, hey, guys, we're going to need all you guys to wear masks at the job site. I was working construction with you. Everyone put their mask on in the meeting, walked out of the meeting, took it off.
Took it off.
No one cared.
Wow.
So for us, how you're like, dude, it was weird. Like as an adult, it wasn't that hard for us. But if you go into New York
Right.
or somewhere where they actually had a quarantine for a few months and didn't get to see anyone, I think it'd mess you up more mentally than it did with us because we barely took a break. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah.
know though. So we've talked about conspiracy theories, right? There's a conspiracy theory that the elitists, the richest people in our country, actually did that on purpose, or the world government.
Mm-hmm.
You guys heard this? That they did that on purpose to mess people up.
For what reason?
I've heard it was a population control. Our population was
Vaccine.
getting too out of control, and so they released this pandemic to like lower the
I
numbers.
did hear that.
I've heard that for the pandemic and also the vaccine.
Fuck.
Because have you seen some crazy stuff about the vaccine? Like,
I don't want to hear it, dude.
he's
Oh,
he's
you're
vaccinated.
vaccinated.
He had to be.
I had to get it.
That's okay. I'm not judging you.
But anyway,
This conversation.
are you guys unvaccinated?
Not
Yeah.
vaccinated at all.
Damn.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Did you get boosters and everything?
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't tell you, but I'm gonna tell you.
You could tell me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die anyways.
Everyone dies at some
One
time.
day.
But there's actually been coroners, like the people who cut open bodies and tell you how you died, that started seeing a new type of blood clot once the vaccine got released.
Fuck.
And the vaccine actually separates the blood a little bit, according to this article I read. I'm not a doctor, so
Yeah.
don't quote me. But yeah, they were getting blood clots. Oh, is that of a leg? From like halfway on the calf all the way up to like the groin area. Long ace things. And it wasn't like a regular blood clot, like when you have a bloody nose and you get a blood clot.
Yeah.
It was like plasticky.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the blood was a little bit thinner. And
That-
so a lot of people have been dying of blood clots lately. But
Damn.
a blood clot is technically something that just clots your blood.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they can't say this isn't a regular blood clot. They just say blood clot.
Shit.
They had a coroner convention. I was watching this video again, this coroner convention, and all the guys got up there and they were like, hey, has anyone seen blood clots like these? And showed the photos, and everyone raised their hand. And they were like, when did you guys start seeing these? And everyone was like, after the vaccine got released.
Yeah. Also,
and some of them had been doing it for 40 years. Never seen them.
dude, the vaccine was pushed so fast.
Yes.
So fast that, and it's so weird. I almost don't want to say this on camera, but COVID really wasn't a big deal. I don't think so.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'll be on your side.
I just it wasn't it. You oh God.
I want to preface this a little bit though. People died, and that
Mhm.
is not okay. Like that
Yeah.
is sad, and so we mourn for the people who were lost. But there were some weird statistics that were like a guy crashed on a motorcycle,
Yeah.
and then he went in, and on his autopsy they were like, "Oh, you have COVID," or he had
Yes,
COVID,
exactly.
and so then they were just writing his death down as COVID.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was gonna bring up. That
So-
I've talked to. There's some medical people in my family, but I've had that conversation. And if you had COVID or if it is in your blood or whatever, and they tested you and you were positive, they could write it off as a COVID death, and that's why those numbers were so drastic.
Yep.
And it did kill people. COVID itself
Mhm.
did kill people. I just don't think it was the numbers that it did and that they showed.
I don't think the numbers were accurate at all.
No.
I also know that every single person that died from COVID had some type of underlying issues,
Right.
whether diabetes or high cholesterol or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it's like, again, it's very sad. And for those of you who lost somebody who had COVID, like I actually feel sorry. Like I actually do.
That's terrible.
But I think there's just more to the story than COVID.
Yeah.
Because again, I think I got it. Lexi for sure got it. And both of us just kept doing what we were doing.
Right. I don't think that the disease itself, or I guess it's not a disease, what would it be considered?
I think it's like a flu, isn't it? Or a virus?
Yeah. Virus.
Yeah. I guess COVID wasn't really, coronavirus wasn't really as deep, I guess, for a lot of the people that we circle ourselves with, because we're younger, we're healthier, but older people. And then I think the biggest issue was how contagious it was and how many people
yeah.
were catching it and spreading it and going over, and it was moving so fast that it was, because I mean, I don't know about diseases and flus and stuff, but it could have created a variant, right? That would have been a little bit more deadly. And with how
I think it has like 7 variants right now.
okay, so it could have split to a different variant to be more deadly with how contagious it was. It was pretty.
I don't know. The whole how they pushed it so fast was like crazy to me. I did not think it was handled well. They knew they needed to do something, but that was just pretty fast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
and then to start putting it in like, okay, kids need to start taking it and stuff. I'm like, bro, you barely tested this thing.
You know that coronavirus has been around for a long, long time.
In bats.
Well, and there's so we got a dog, and we were talking to our dog trainer, and he was saying that it's a shot in your dog for one of the boosters that you got to give them.
Oh.
And when we had to give him the shots, we picked it up, and it says coronavirus. Like coronavirus has been a
Wow.
thing.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
So what, you think over there in China they just boosted it or what? How did it spread so fast?
So I looked into it a little bit, and this was like, it first started off as a conspiracy, and then they finally admitted it. Like, they were like, okay, yeah, like some parts of it is true,
Oh, they did.
but
admit it?
to some accounts of it. But China, they were studying Wuhan bats, and they carry coronavirus, or they were studying coronavirus in the Wuhan bats, and they accidentally got 2 of the scientists sick, and they were hospitalized like a month before the pandemic. And they're saying, they're like, maybe it could have came from us, like, who knows? But yeah, that's how it started.
the pandemic was crazy.
Yeah.
I remember talking about it. Oh yeah, there's this crazy thing happening in China, and then it was like, oh, it's in New York or California, and all of a sudden it was clear to Utah in like a matter of days.
Yeah.
I was like, holy cow!
Yeah, the amount of people that's just traveling back and forth. That's the reason why it spreads so quick.
Yeah.
Samoa shut down, right?
For a while.
Like wouldn't let anybody leave or come back. It's crazy.
One of my buddies flew out there before the pandemic, and as soon as the pandemic hit, he couldn't come back. Lost his job, lost everything. Lost his job, and then as soon as the gates opened back up, came out here trying to explain his case. They would not, like, they viewed it as another excuse.
That's tough.
That's sad, dude.
Yeah.
That's the shitty thing. But from what I heard, is that I don't know, the COVID was just like another flu. But then there was a conspiracy theory where the coronavirus was a substitute of something that happened,
Oh, I seen that.
right?
Fuck.
I can't remember what it was, but like something happened, and so they like were talking about coronavirus. They pushed it so much just so that people could
Be
think
worried about that.
this or this other than this, and I can't forget what this was.
You said I can't forget.
Do you remember?
I can't remember. I can't remember what this is.
Don't ever look at me.
No,
like
you.
that.
I saw the smile come across your face. I was like, "Oh, you're thinking the same thing I'm thinking."
Okay.
Thank you for coming to the Muddy Roots podcast. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment, leave a like, leave a subscribe. Appreciate y'all. We'll be back again next week. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Next week, Monday.